Hey everyone, it's Brandi and welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can tell from the title of this video, I will be doing my September TBR. Now, I think I may have lost my mind just a little bit when making this TBR. I have so many books. I haven't even counted all of them because honestly, I don't even want to know how many there are in total. We're gonna move past that. In August, I felt kind of overwhelmed by the number of books that I had on my TBR because I feel like by the midpoint of the month, I'm like, I want to finish as many of these books as possible, but I put so many on there now that it's kind of almost impossible. So this month, in order to help myself not get as overwhelmed with the amount of books that I have on my TBR, I split my TBR into 3 different sections. So the first section I have is the books for the Wicked Spirits book club, which I'm going to always try to participate in unless it just so happens to be a book that I know that I'm not interested in. And then I have books that I have for review, and then the other section is all the other books that I don't have for review or aren't part of that book club that I would like to read. So yeah, those are the 3 sections that I am doing, at least for this TBR, and depending on how it works out throughout the month, I might continue to do my TBRs this way in the future. So I will say that I don't think I have all of the books that I know for sure that I want to read in September, just because I am filming this kind of early on. I usually wait until at least a few days into September to film my TBR, but I wanted to get it up as early as possible this time. So I'm filming this like it's the last week of September. I think you guys will be seeing this actually the Friday after I film this. So in the same week that I'm filming this, I think you guys will see this, and the first will be the day after this video goes up, I'm pretty sure. So I don't have everything that I have planned on reading, or I don't know everything that I will be wanting to read. So yeah, so the main 2 books that I really don't know what they will be yet are the 2 books for the Wicked Spirits book club. They have not been announced for September yet, so I'm not exactly sure what those 2 books will be. Now I'm gonna move into the next section of books, which are the ones that I have for review. So I believe for these, the majority of them are actually books that I should have reviewed already, but I felt really behind with, like I said before in previous videos, with all the moving stuff, and like all of these books were pretty much around that, or I was supposed to have them read and reviewed around that time where everything was kind of falling apart in my life before anything got better. So a lot of these I just didn't get to in time, so I'm really playing catch up still with those. So I'm trying to get to those, and then I have a few that are due for review this month, so I have thrown those in there. Those are more so higher priority than some of the ones that I'm behind on. So these aren't in any particular order, and I'm not really going to get into what the books are about. I will always do those in either review videos or wrap-ups, just so you guys know, because there are so many and I just really don't have the time to talk about each of them. So let's just get into it. So the first one that I have for review is All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. This is an adult, I believe it's a romance, but I have seen a few people talking about it now, and they're saying that it's maybe not so much of a romance, but I know this is an adult novel. And yeah, I'm gonna have to try to remind myself, don't try to talk about it, but yeah, that's the first one. The next one that I have is The Accidentals by Serena Bowen. The next one that I have is A Boy Toy by Serena Bowen and Tanya Evie, and this is the 3rd book in the Manhan series. The next one that I have is Kissed a Girl by Tara Sevick, and this book actually comes out this month. I believe it comes out on the 4th, so this is a somewhat high priority, but I don't think I will get it read and reviewed by the 4th. The next one that I have is The Chase by Elle Kennedy. This is a new adult romance, and this is a spin-off of the previous Off Campus series. The next one that I have is Rule by Ellen Goodlett. This is a YA fantasy novel, I'm pretty sure. I have seen some not so good reviews about this one so far, so I'm honestly kind of not looking forward to this one. The next one that I have is Blood Highway by Gina Waldorf. This is a thriller. I'm not sure if this one is YA or adult. I feel like it's a YA thriller, but I feel like it might be categorized as adult. I'm not completely sure on that. I just know that I was contacted by a publicist from Algonquin, I believe is the publishing house about reviewing this one, so, or being part of a blog tour for this one, and it sounded really interesting, so I decided to sign up for that one. So this is one of the books that I definitely need to get done. My review for that one is due on the 14th. The next one is Hot Spell by Mia London and Susan Sheehy. This is actually the second book in a companion series. I read and reviewed the first book, which was Dry Spell. Was that this month? I think it was earlier this month that I actually read and reviewed that one. So you can check that out if you're interested. My blog is always linked down below. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I had the opportunity to sign up to review this one, and I was accepted for that. This one is another one that is, the review is due this month, and this one is due earlier in the month, so this is going to be one of the next books I start. The next one that I have is Sheets by Brina Thumier. The next book that I have for review is Fight or Flight by Samantha Young. This is one of the ones that is actually, the review is due in October, so this one isn't as high a priority, but if I have a chance to get to it, then I would like to. And I actually got this one from Penguin's First to Read website. And the second book that I also got from the same First to Read website was One Day in December by Josie Silver. The next one that I have for review, like I said, I have quite a bit. This one is 10 Reasons Why by Candice Nobel. And the last couple books that I have for review, I actually have physical copies of. Some of these, like I said before, are not as high priority as some of the other ones. But the next one that I have here is Grace and Fury by Tracy Bankart. This is actually a finished copy, but I did receive an e-arc from NetGalley, just like with the other two that I talked about getting from NetGalley. I received one of those. It was like first 500 people can get it read now instead of having to request it. And I was really interested in this one, so I did do that, but I didn't realize that this book was coming in the fairy loot box that I had ordered, so I ended up getting a copy before the review was done, but I didn't read it. And then I got a second copy. If you've seen my Outcrate unboxing earlier this week, I got a second copy. So I will be reading one of the copies that I received and just reviewing the finished copy and posting that review on NetGalley as well as my blog. So that kind of worked out for this one. The next two books that I have here are not as high priority because one I got in a book box and the other one I won through a Goodreads giveaway, but I have mentioned this in previous TBRs. If I have the time, I want to get to them so I can read and review them. The first one of those is Fury Born by Claire Legrand, and then the other one that is not as high of a priority is Smothered by Autumn Chickless. I only have two more books that I have on my review books for a review section. So the next one is Beartown by Frederick Bachman, and then the last one that I have in this section is You by Caroline Kepnes. Okay, now I'm gonna move into the section that is pretty much like everything else that I would like to read if I have time. Honestly, these books will probably be mixed in with the books that I have for review depending on, you know, when reviews are due and if I have extra time in between reading those. We'll see, because sometimes I read kind of slow, sometimes I read a little faster depending on what I'm reading and how it's catching my interest. But anyway, now I'm just going to talk about all the rest of the books that are on my TBR. These aren't really in any particular order. They're kind of sorted out into the type of book that they are, because that's pretty much how they were sorted onto my shelves. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the first section I think is all contemporary. It's going to be like adult contemporary, kind of go into YA contemporary. I have so many contemporary books on my TBR because the Contemporary-a-thon, which is hosted by Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, Julie from Pages and Pens, and I believe the other channel is Natasha from My Reading is Odd. I'm not completely sure because she is the only person that I have not watched any of her videos and I'm not subscribed to her channel, but I'm pretty sure that's her name. They are hosting the Contemporary-a-thon, like I said, later this month, and I will do a separate TBR for that one when it's coming up, because I might get some of these read obviously before that comes up. So I will have a separate video for that. But some of my books that I want to read for that for that readathon are in this pile because I do want to read them even if I don't read them for that readathon. So the first book that I have from this section of books is Wicked and the Wallflower by Sarah McLean. And I actually have this one on my TBR because I am planning on starting a buddy read of this with Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany. We're probably going to be started. She's already started, but I'm probably, or at least I'm going to try to start this one before September starts. But I'm pretty sure that I won't finish it before September because I'm reading like 3 other books right now. So I'm trying to get those done. So even if I start this before September, I don't think I will finish it before September. So most likely I will be finishing this up in the first couple of days, hopefully, of September, which I just said that like 3 times. The next one that I have is A Duke by Default by Alyssa Cole. This is the second book in the Reluctance Royal series, which is really a companion series. The first book was A Princess in Theory. The next few books that I have are all adult romances that I would like to get to, and like I said, I'm either going to try to read them either normally throughout the month or during that readathon. We will see how things fall. But the first one is Butterface by Avery Flynn. The next one is Mr. Tonight by Kendall Ryan. And then the other, I'm pretty sure this is the last adult romance that I have on my TBR, is Mr. Romance by Lisa Raven. This one will actually be a reread for me, but I think I might have an opportunity to read the second book in this series early. And even though it's a companion series, the main female character made an appearance in this, and I believe the 2 main characters from this one kind of might show up briefly in the second book. So I just really want to reread this one because I got an early copy of this one and I haven't actually had a chance to read this paperback because I bought it after it came out, after I had already read it and reviewed it. So I would like to get to this one before getting to the second one if I do get an arc for that. So yeah, I don't even have anything else to say about this. I really like this one and I'm really looking forward to rereading it. So hopefully I get the chance to. The next book that I have, I actually don't have a physical copy of yet. It's coming out the first Tuesday of September, which I believe is the 4th. And that one is Skip Beat Volume 41 by Yoshiki Nakamura. The next book that I have is P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. Sneak peek into my wrap up for August, but I read the first book, really enjoyed it, so I picked this one up and I want to read it, so that's why it's on my TBR. The next book is also a sneak peek, but this one is a sneak into my August book haul, just like a previous book. I don't remember which one, but that is Finding Yvonne by Brandi Kohlberg. Melanie sent this to me and this is an arc. This one came out at the beginning of August, so I want to read this one. This is another one that I want to review, but because this one came out in August, it's not as big of a priority as some of the other ones, but I do want to read and review this one, and for some reason I put this one in my rest of the books to read instead of my review section. Not really sure why I did that because it is an arc, but you know, it is what it is now, and I've already written it down, so it's on my TBR anyway. The next book that I have is Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is a YA contemporary. If you could not tell that we kind of moved into the YA contemporary section, that's what this one falls under. And I believe this is actually the last YA contemporary, but this one is From Twinkle with Love by Sandhya Menon. Moving on to my last section of books, we are now in the science fiction fantasy section, and I believe all of these are YA. The first one of those is Nixia Unleashed by Scott Rankin. This is the second book in the Nixia triad. The next one is Contagion by Aaron Bowman. And the last, I believe this is the last of the science fictions that I have on my list. This one is Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. The next book that I have here is The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. This one is going to be on my TBR until I read it. You know, I'm just not even going to say that anymore because I want to read this and I keep putting it off. I don't know why. I feel like I'm going to love this and I need to read it. So you're probably going to see this every month until I read it. The next book that I have here is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I have seen a few people talking about this one, mainly Lauren from The Novelush and Bethany from Beautiful Bookish Bethany. Both of them have been talking about this, or okay, Lauren, she talked about it like a couple weeks ago, but I am still behind on watching my booktube videos. So I just watched one of the last couple booktubeathon vlogs that she put up, and she had started this one and she was talking about it, and I was like, that sounds like something I'm gonna absolutely love. And then I think either that same day or the next day, Bethany talked about how she had just finished this and it left on a really big cliffhanger and she loved it and she needed the second book. And I was just like, okay, I need no more convincing. I need to pick this up. I have been putting this off. I'm not exactly sure why, because now I have the entire trilogy and I'm just like, I need to read it. So this wasn't on my TBR, but when I came home before I started filming this video, I put it on my TBR. So we will see if I get to it. And the last 3 books on my TBR are all part of the same series. Honestly, I don't think I will get to all 3 of them. Hopefully I can just get to at least one of them because I'm behind. So if you might have guessed, because these have showed up on the TBR before, but that is the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, which is actually, I think, backwards as you guys are seeing this, in the Throne of Glass series. So I have Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, and Queen of Shadows. I was supposed to be reading a book a month of these, and as you can probably tell, I'm really far behind because I believe this month I was actually supposed to be reading Empire of Storms, but clearly I'm not there. So I have all 3 of these on my TBR, but honestly I'm hoping to just really get to Crown of Midnight at the very least, because these books get bigger and bigger, and with all the other books on my TBR, I just don't think I'm going to get to all 3 of them. So I'm hoping to at least just get to this one. But if I have the time, then I would like to try to get through the other 2 as well. But honestly, I doubt it. I just put these on there just in case a miracle happens this month. With that being said, I'm pretty sure that's all the books that I have on my TBR for September. Honestly, I don't even have any words right now. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I think I may have lost my mind just a little bit. So, wish me luck. Hopefully I can make some decent progress and at least get through most of these books. We will see. We will definitely see. But yeah, if you have read any of these books, let me know what you think I should put above some of the others, especially for the section of books where I said these are all my other books that I plan on reading, not the ones that I like are a priority because they're reviews that are definitely due this month. That's all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to see more from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again in the next one. Bye.